All right, here we go. Coming up again on a rescheduled card of stakes racing at Turfway Park. So they had to cancel last week because they had the crazy, crazy weather. So they moved it to Sunday, coming up on the 21st of December. So we still have the 4 stakes races in a row, 6, 7, 8, 9. The good thing about what I'm going to do here is I keep my picks pretty limited in the 6, 7, 8, and 9, because if you want to play a pick 5, you are going to have to go deep in the 10th race on the card Sunday. It's bonkers. Have to go deep there. But I'm hoping I can simplify things here so that you have room to spread out later on. Let's get started. All right, race number 6 on the card, Sunday. That thing says Saturday, ignore it. Sunday at Turfway Park. It is going to be 1 mile in distance, race 6, 11 runners here in this field. Okay, so we look at these. We've got Caitlin or Greatness is your big favorite at 7-5, tough to beat. Literate to 3 is a closer that's got some great class, going to be tough to hold off. I'm going to go with another runner that I'm projecting that's going to finally take to the synthetic. It is the 7 Vina Arana. And Vina Arana is this 4-year-old filly who's now 3rd off the layoff. Go back and look at what she did at Dundalk in Ireland. They weren't bad performances over the synthetic, but she improved each time on the synthetic, and that's what I like. Then moved to the turf and got those 2 victories, and now comes back to the synthetic, 3rd off the layoff. Should get something to run at. I think she's going to be right where she needs to be, going the distance of 1 mile, and I think we're going to get great value on this runner because you've got a 7-5 favorite in here. So everybody else's value automatically with a 7-5 favorite. Okay, so that's what we do with that race. Then, race 7. Once again, this is on Sunday. The holiday inaugural, Sunday at Turfway Park. 6 furlongs, race number 7, 13 runners here. Worth $250,000. What I'm liking about this race is, we've got a little bit of everything. So Ms. Tart to the inside will close. Ellen J has some speed, but probably going to press things. Pondering, I think, tries to go out there and press as well with Jose Ortiz. Lithe Spirit, no speed. She's a funky drummer. She's got some speed, but she's probably not going to use it here. Uphill Dance, trying to make that transition from Woodbine to Turfway Park. It's not easy, and I usually don't take horses that are coming from Woodbine to Turfway. For some reason, it doesn't translate. So the 6, closer, up against it. Civetta, the 7, going to press things a little bit. Has some early speed, probably won't use it. Going to make the move from off of it. Gata Brazil also has some speed, she doesn't figure. Nicest Pie. Super consistent. Turning back in distance. Interesting. Minx Palace. Gonna sit and make a move. Nikki Nine Doors. Sit and make move. Girl of My Dreams. Speed. Johanny. Off the also eligible list. I don't know what the heck that horse is gonna do. So here's the thing. I don't often, in fact, I very rarely select speed to control things and take them all the way around at Turfway. They can do it. Totally possible. I'm just not comfortable with it. So I usually go with someone who I know that can make a move from off the pace. Nice as Pie. I'm wondering if she's going to end up being your favorite in here just because of her impressive record at Turfway Park, and she'll probably have something to run at. She's turning back in distance. I think this is her preferred distance. She stretched out the last 2 times out. While she was okay, it's not what she really wants to do. I think she really wants to close as a sprinter. And on the synthetic at Turfway Park, that's the best place to do that. Nice as Pie. I don't know if she'll be the favorite. But either way, that's our selection. The number 9 in race number 7, Sunday at Turfway Park. Also, race number 8 on the card, Sunday at Turfway Park. 1 mile, race 8. You get 13 runners in here. And now, these are some runners that I've seen before, like Wagstaff. I've seen quite a bit at Woodbine. And he does a great job there. We'll see if he can make them move to Turfway. Horsepower, has some speed. Probably going to press. Cameo Performance, deep closer. 9-2 morning line. Theismann, speed. The 5 Dresden Row, I'm going to put him in the speed category. Best actor, no speed. Quattrocento. So a lot of us have played this runner, especially those back-to-back performances there at Kentucky Downs. Look, Every player has their own like superstitions or certain things. Man, he's a really good rider. I have a hard time relying on Julien Leparoux. He's got the speed here, and I'm hoping he does his job and goes to the front end, but I got a funny feeling he won't. Henro doesn't have any speed. Otago, no speed. Chiron, no speed. Shirley Furious, no speed. Encino has speed, and I definitely trust Flavien Prat to go to the front end more than I do Julien Leparoux, so I know the 12 is going to go. Naptown off the also list, closer, needs some help. So I'm not convinced, but I think there's enough to set it up for what I want to do. I'm not convinced of the pace scenario, but I think there's enough. There are 4 horses that have speed. When you have 4 horses that have speed, you're guaranteed that 2 of them will go, 2 of them will not. If you're lucky, 3 of them will go. Very rarely do you get all 4 speed horses going when there's only 4 speed horses in the race, because one jockey is going to be cute. There's no doubt about it. And I'm not trying to insult them saying they're being cute. I'm saying they're going to think, well, I don't want to get cooked up in a speed duel, so I'm going to get my horse to rate. That's when you find one horse that somehow gets out there on the front end and stays. I don't think that's the situation here. I think once I get those 2, maybe 3 horses on the front end, that's all I need. Cameo Performance is the runner that I think will make that transition from that Woodbine synthetic to the Turfway synthetic. And it's really based on what I've seen on the turf. And those 2 synthetic performances you see there at Woodbine are okay. But what I really like is that synthetic performance at Dundalk in November of 2023. So when I see this horse has no problem with the synthetic, he just needs the right setup, I think he'll get it. I think that 9-2 on the morning line will hold. It might even float up, and we get the value that we are looking for. And, of course, we're talking about this. Once again, we're trying to keep our selections minimal so that you can spread, if maybe even push all if you're that kind of person, in race number 10. Nothing wrong with that. I have friends that hate the all button, but I got to say, I've used it twice, and where it's worked, and it worked big time. Like, it worked like gangbusters. But that's only happened maybe 2 or 3 times. So I understand people who don't want to use the all button. All right, let's get into it. The Holiday Cheer will be the final of those stakes races. Race number 9, Sunday at Turfway Park. 6 furlongs. It's race 9. 14 runners signed down. You'll probably get 12 because they only carry that. So you see those runners there to the outside. Okay, coming in hot as we go 6 furlongs. They got a little bit of speed to offer. Run Carson has a little bit of speed. Howard Holowitz has a little bit of speed. Out on Bail has legitimate speed. Arrest Me Red is so classy. The 5 in here, that horse just likes to win races. Got to respect it. Lucky Score will sit and try to make that move. Roll on Big Joe speed. Nobles is another classy horse that likes to win races and has some early speed. Run Curtis Run will make the move from off the pace. Lofty Adjudicator has some speed, but is yet to really be effective on the synthetic. We'll see what they do. Joe Shiesty has some speed and I think is effective on the synthetic. Script, a horse that I really like on the turf, can be effective on synthetic, but Johnny V is not riding, so the appeal is not there for me. Incinerator and Wound Up on the also list. Wound Up has some speed if they draw in. Incinerator, not so much. So this is a situation where you do have speed and you will be set up. But the problem is you've got some classy horses that don't need to be on the lead. Arrest Me Red and No Balls do not need to be on the lead. They are super classy and they will make noise in the stretch. The question is, are they good enough? Is their kick strong enough? And I think they are, right? But they can't win every day. I think Lucky Score is the direction to go in. Horse has, once again, it's a horse that has to make that transition from Woodbine to Turfway Park. I like what they did the last 2 times there at Woodbine. Even though they were disqualified last time out, I don't care when horses get disqualified, unless, of course, it's a habitual thing where they're always lugging in or something. But I don't care. That's just tough luck that day. In order to be disqualified, usually that means you're in the running of the race at some point, unless you do something dumb at the break. Lucky Score, 3rd off the layoff. I just like everything about what he's doing, and I think he represents serious value, and I'm not worried at all about him coming to Turfway for the first time. I think it's going to work out beautifully. And like I said before, we get the value that we're looking for. All right. So there it is. The 4 stakes races. This is on Sunday at Turfway Park. This was changed from Saturday a week ago, now moved to Sunday the 21st. Races 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep it simple. I say go maybe 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. What's that? That's $16 on the $1. And then now you got to figure out if you're going to add horses in the last race and play the 50-cent pick 5. There are definitely 5 horses I believe you have to use in the 10th and final race. You decide if those 5 horses are worth using, if you want a single or whatever you want to do. Hey, you got to have a pair if you want to win at Turfway Park, which is why I was so upset when I missed out on that pick 4 that paid $15,000 because I had used very few horses. You know how I am. I don't need to use a lot of horses. And the horse I used, it was my man, Fernando de la Cruz. He was on the lead all the way around with the 3 horse, and then I think it was the 11 or somebody got to him, the 12, got to him in the stretch. And it was the 12. Got to him in the stretch, bet on Brett, got to him in the stretch, and I was like, And then we hit the last 3, but I was like, but that's Turfway. You just need 1. So we're going to get our 1 coming up on Sunday. All right, that's how we do it here on Horse Race Bets. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, we will see you here again. Until then, good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.